Hey guys. Wanna hear a joke? Battlefield. So funny. Anyway, welcome to Battlefield 1 podcast. I have no intro. I have nothing to cook you for this episode just because I just sat down and decided, you know what? I need to record an episode. That's it. I have like 5 sentences in my notes and that's it. So we'll see how it goes because it's Easter, so lots of things are happening, and I'll try to do a short one because I still have to provide an episode. So like, you know what? Let me just sit down, talk about the stuff that happened in Battlefield, and we're just gonna have a casual conversation and just have a casual episode, just you and me together on this Battlefield. I'm pretty sure there's a song called Battlefield, right? Anyway, so welcome to Battlefield 1 podcast. My name's Tom, also known as TheLankySoldier. Let's just talk about Battlefield.
But then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again, and
that was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you cancelled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed."
Oh, I would love
It
to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
it.
Okay, first and foremost, as usual, guys, I want to thank everyone for joining us for another episode of Battlefield 1 podcast. Thank you so much for deciding to listen to us for an hour. So, thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much to our Patreon supporters that support us with your money, with your financial support. Without you, this show would not exist. Seriously. Battlefield. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. If you want to check out for extra content, early access, extra videos, whatever the case may be, something that when you're done listening to this and you're done listening all the public episodes of Battlefield 1 podcast, go listen to our extra episodes on Patreon. You know, we have 60 plus episodes there ready for you to be listened. So that's that. So yeah, patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Without you guys, this show will not exist. So thank you so much. So yeah, like I said, it's Easter. So I'm recording this literally during Easter time. We have to go like to a place, guests, you know, we got invited somewhere, so you know what, I'm just gonna sit down, talk about something that happened in the Battlefield for the last week. Nothing much happened except the blog post, and we're just gonna go through this, you know, just like casually. There's no pressure, no nothing. Let's try to do 45 minutes of just us talking about something that happened during the weekend. That's it, yeah. So I hope you guys, well, had in this case, when you're gonna be listening to this on public feeds. If you're on Patreon, it's Happy Easter. If you're listening to this on public feeds, Happy Belated Easter. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good Easter. And Patreon supporters, yeah, I hope you're having a good Easter right now. So because they get 3 days early. So anyway, yeah, loads of things did not happen. Things did not happen on the Battlefield scene, but they did release a blog post about what's like the general overview of Nightfall, what happened in the last month. Like, oh yeah, this what happened, and this what you can expect in the next update that is coming in 2 weeks. Actually, 2 weeks? I think less. Oh, next week. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're gonna get an update next week. Okay, so when I'm recording this, it's on 4th of Saturday, so yeah. So me and Monkey finally played RedSec again, so that's a good thing. We decided, you know what, because he was busy last week, so I didn't want to bother him whatsoever. And I tried to play with randos. You guys remember on the last episode, I said I tried to play RedSec with randos, and it was the most miserable experience ever, and I don't want to do that ever again. And I'm like, nah, never again. That's just horrible experience. I don't want to experience this ever again. Because like they could not do missions, like simple missions. It's not about talking like, oh, is this a good player? It's not about that. They just can't do basic stuff. Like I'm pointing him, hey, can you do this antenna mission quickly? So, you know, we can capture it, can get a reward, whatever it was. Like I don't remember, UAV or a tank, God knows. But my dude is just like standing. Looking around. He got in the antenna, pointing, God knows where, doesn't understand what needs to be done, exits, and comes back to me. I'm like, like a bloody child. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And that happened all the time. Happened all the time. It happened 3 times. Like, not with this one guy. It happened 3 times in 3 different matches with 3 different teammates. I don't understand where these people are coming from. I don't understand where you find these kind of players. I just don't get. So I messaged Monkey like, hey, can you finally play? He's like, yeah, we can play. So we played. And we played like for 4 matches, I think. We managed to win 1. Literally on the last match we won. And yeah, it just finally feels good to play with someone that knows what needs to be done and just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're flying there, I go there, we win gunfights and everything. It's like, oh, that was lovely, that was such a good experience. And when it comes to like this blog that came out just recently from Battlefield Studios, you know, it's called The Community Update, Nightfall Debrief, and What's Next. It was kind of funny to go through different motions, like there's a Battlefield 6 subreddit, the multiplayer section of the subreddit, and there's the RedSec subsections, right? The RedSec players, they're just happy to get an update, right? Something that makes it good. We'll talk about the update about the blog in a moment, but just gonna go through the motions. The RedSec people are very happy about that we are even getting an update in the first place. That they're addressing something that like the game is problematic about, right? And the multiplayer section of the subreddit, so the Battlefield 6 subreddit, the Battlefield subreddit, they're just like, oh fuck, RedSec and everything, rah 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 rah. RedSec should never exist. Top comments are literally, I wish RedSec never existed. I'm like, okay, dude. They still think that if RedSec didn't exist, they would think that developers, like the ripple effect, would be making more maps with DICE for Battlefield 6 and so on. They're like, no, that's not how it works. No. Like I'm not gonna explain. Listen to previous episodes where I explained that, because there were some moments people like literally like, they could make more maps. No, they could not. They could not. Trust me, fam. It would be nice to have more maps. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice to have more maps, but people are like, oh, RedSec, alright. Listen, without the RedSec, I can guarantee, without RedSec, the Battlefield 6 player numbers will be like 50% less, as bare minimum. I'm not even kidding. There's nothing in multiplayer in Battlefield 6 that is interesting unless it's some sort of event, or it's some sort of meetup with friends, or whatever the case may be, right? If you play Battlefield 6 multiplayer by yourself, I mean, props to you, because I get bored of it really, really fast. That's me, personally. But just because it's the same fucking game we've been playing for the last 15 years, basically, right? I think I mentioned like 10 episodes ago or something like that I can't remember what the fuck I was talking about, but I remember I was like, yeah, Battlefield 6 is the safest Battlefield title to date. You know, at least other Battlefield titles at least try to do something unique and different. And this is just basically, no, guys, we still have it in us. We still can make a good Battlefield game. Yeah, they still can make a Battlefield game. But I think Battlefield 6 is still a good Battlefield game. But damn, it's the safest Battlefield game to date. Even with the limited time events happening, all that kind of stuff. Like, remove RedSec, I don't think the player base will be like as high as it is right now, which is like around 50k. You know, on just Steam, right? So let's say it's a bit like 40k on each platform, whatever, on, you know, consoles, whatever. Like you have Xbox, you have your PS5s, whatever the case may be, right? So we're talking, well, I don't know, also EA app players. So I don't know, we're talking what, 200k plus player base, which is great for any game. Like any game out there will gladly take that player base, you know. Still can monetize them, still have engagement, all that kind of stuff. Like Battlefield 6 is still the most, was the word I was looking for, the most engaged Battlefield title to date. Like comparing to other Battlefield titles, Battlefield 6 has the best retention comparing to 2042, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1. Maybe not Battlefield 4, but even Battlefield 4 probably, honestly, because like what was it, ages ago I said, back in the day, 32k players on PC alone for Battlefield 4 was considered to be a really good number, and they were making Premium 2.0 for it until Battlefield 1 came out. So, hey man, Battlefield 6 is still the best game when it comes to retention from all the franchise, you know, so that's that. Anyway, I was going off track here, but Battlefield 6 is still fun. It's just I don't enjoy multiplayer that much anymore because I achieved everything. And we're gonna talk about the blog post because they mentioned something about like progression and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, bruh, like it's been like 6 months now, 5-6 months, and you're still talking about progression. I'm like, what the hell are we doing here, man? What are we doing? But we'll talk about that. But yeah, I love the reactions from the blog post from 2 different sets of player base. RedSec people, they're just happy to have an update because there's so many things that they need to update and keep going, keep improving the game. And then you have the multiplayer section of the player base just shut the fuck up about RedSec. I don't care about RedSec. Fuck RedSec. And I made a comment on one of the posts. I literally said, let me find that stuff. Oh yeah, so someone was like saying like, fuck RedSec and everything. Then someone replied saying, well, why are you mad about this? Like, it's not gonna get you more content. And then I replied just to that guy because to defend him, I literally said, for entertainment reasons, I always check every Battlefield purist stat that always come and say fuck RedSec. And guess what I see? 3-6 matches played on average with 3.3, 3.5 KD. They're so cooked with Battlefield multiplayer brain rot, them going outside the comfort zone into a mode where you actually need to give a shit is too much for their purest brains. It's easier to talk shit than admit that they're shit. Is my comment a little bit snarky, a little bit aggressive, all that kind of stuff? Yeah, it is. That's kind of the point I was aiming for. I was literally aiming for the maximum engagement rage bait, whatever you want to say. And of course I don't want it to heal, but that's what I stand for. Like, every time I check these player stats that bitch about RedSec, I just like, okay, let me check your stats. What did you do? Like, okay, let's see. And of course, I do find them that they only played 2 matches of RedSec, have 0.3, 0.5 KD. Literally, just they have more deaths than their kills, And then these are the same people that bitch about the Battlefield 6 is too fast. Okay, I remember there's one. I'm not gonna call out just because I don't want to put pressure on that person, but there's this one person on Twitter. I'm not gonna say anything much, but other than that, there's a person, right? There's a person on Twitter, and that person loves Battlefield, and they always play Battlefield multiplayer and all that kind of stuff, and people are like, hey, Battlefield fan, whatever, right? And she makes like memes about. I already mentioned, okay, it's a she. Okay, I already fucked up here. So no, but basically she's a Battlefield fan, which is great. That's fine. But she's also one of those that like other people. Like, I remember when season 1 stats came out. What was it like? Yeah, season 1 stats. You could check what were your stats for season 1, like blah blah blah, and you can check how many matches you played, what's your KD. What you achieved, how many matches you played in RedSec, how many wins you got, and stuff. And she was literally proudly posting, I played 0 matches and got 0 wins in RedSec. And I'm like, let me quickly check your stats. And yeah, basically negative KD and played 2 matches, maybe 3 matches, and clearly haven't played well and called it a day and that's it. And since then she's bitching that RedSec is a bad thing. I don't want to put pressure on her or whatever. It's like calling out for someone for some stupid opinion. But hey, people can call out me for my stupid opinion. Here's the thing: if I don't like something, I just don't talk about it. Simple as that. Unless it's Battlefield related, because I need to talk about the podcast. But if I don't like something, I just don't talk about it. Simple as that. So yeah, like there's loads of people just there saying like, oh yeah, and you fuck RedSec and so on. Like yeah, dude, but you just don't know how to play RedSec. That's all it is. That's the thing. You just don't know how to play RedSec, and it's like, okay, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. And there's loads of people like that. They're just like afraid to go outside their Battlefield comfort zone. And I think I mentioned like this, like I don't know, like 3 episodes ago, maybe. I don't remember when. It was like I said that when it comes to like Battlefield community, they just play Battlefield and only Battlefield, and they never go outside their comfort zone to play other games and explore what other games. Like, listen, people are like, we don't need the Battle Royale. Okay, but it's Battle Royale, it's not for you. Okay, for example, have you played Warzone? Well, no. Have you played PUBG? Well, yes, a little bit. Okay, so have you played Fortnite? No, too cartoony. And then, okay, it's like with Battle Royales. Let's just talk about some other games. Like, have you played Call of Duty multiplayer? Have you played, I don't know, some other games like Apex Legends or something different that's not Battlefield? The majority of them just never play maybe a single player game or whatever. But majority of them, like the hardcore Battlefield players, the Battlefield purists that you always see on the subreddits and wherever, they never play other games other than Battlefield. And I'm like, well, no wonder your view is skewed so fucking badly that you have this Battlefield brain rot in you. Is because you don't play other games for not even research reasons, just for entertainment reasons, right? I think I became a better host, a better player, a better just person in general when I realized, hey, Battlefield is not doing great. Let me explore other games and see how they're doing. Modern Warfare 2019 was like the perfect push for me. Just like, hey, you don't have to play Battlefield forever. There's other good first-person shooters that you can explore. And for example, I've been playing Call of Duty since then. I played every Call of Duty and played every Warzone iteration. And then I played other games, all that kind of stuff. Like, it just, because I explored other games, and I love exploring other games, even just for a little bit, just to just dabble like for an hour or two, just to see what they're all about. Just the fact that I can see the game and experience something different puts such a different perspective when it comes to Battlefield. It's like, Battlefield has to be this way. Well, why? If other games are doing something better than that in their own way, why can't Battlefield adopt those type of systems into their game and improve the game? Because Battlefield has loads of problems, like that could like decade-old problems, and they can be fixed if you just like look at the modern, solutions, right? Why Battlefield has to be this and that when you can just we can improve it. But as soon as you try to improve something that's, I'm not talking about copying something, but just improving the general stuff, right? Like, what's wrong with asking for better menus, or good quality of life stuff, or just, good customization in your games, right? What's wrong with having good customization in Battlefield? I remember, I was, saying, it's so unfortunate that Battlefield 6 doesn't have soldier customization. And I'm talking, you can customize your helmet, your jacket, or whatever the case may be. People would download me to fucking oblivion about that. And I'm like, that would be the coolest thing ever. And then 4 or 5 months later, after the game released, people are bitching about cosmetics. I'm like, why can't we customize your server? Well, that's what I'm fucking saying, So people just don't see the full picture. They're just so narrow-minded, thinking Battlefield has to be this and this and that, and only that. And I'm like, well, how do you want the franchise to grow? You're so obsessed with numbers, with player numbers, you just completely forgot that, hey, Battlefield needs to adapt to the modern times, otherwise no one's gonna fucking care. That's the thing. So I don't even know how I even went on this tangent about Battlefield franchise, but speaking of Battlefield franchise, I haven't mentioned on the last episode. Let me have a sip of Monster Piss, Monster drink, energy drink here, not sponsored, of course. Speaking of Hardline, Battlefield franchise, so they're discontinuing the servers for Battlefield Hardline on console soon. I think it's they said June or July, all those deadlines. And I haven't mentioned this on the last episode just because the stuff happened. And I'm not sad, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad that happens. I know the PC version is still going to be up because they're all community rented servers, so it's not like EA is paying for those servers, so that would be accessible to PC players, so that's great. But when it comes to Hardline, I just we had Danny on PC here many episodes ago. We talked about Hardline a little bit. He loves Hardline. There's loads of people like Andreas, who was on the podcast before he became boring with his life. Actually, we're probably gonna bring him on Patreon episode this month. So Andre, for example, who was on the podcast, he loves Hardline. He still thinks that Battlefield Hardline is the best Battlefield to date. Takes like that, I fully disagree with. Hardline was fun for what it is, in a sense, for little stuff I think it was basically updated Battlefield 4 in a sense, but I think it was fine for what it is. It had some cool ideas Execution was not there though, in my opinion. And aesthetic, I really did not enjoy the aesthetic. I think the aesthetic was the weakest part of the game. I think that's why it tracked it down. But if, let's say, Hardline was not a Battlefield title, or it was something else, I think it would do just fine. So I was just thinking, maybe we should do like a Battlefield episodes or retrospective episode of just us going back to Hardline. I'll see if I have to do this by myself, I'll do it with someone else, because I'm pretty sure I can force Andre to play some Hardline before he gets shut down or whatever. So I'm pretty sure I can force him to play some Hardline with me and go on the podcast to talk about it, because that would be interesting episode. So I was thinking, you guys will be interested in Battlefield Redacted. Will you guys be interested in the Battlefield Hardline retrospective episode? Just one episode just talking about Hardline. So if you guys really like that idea, do let me know. Leave comments in your Spotify apps or just join our Discord. Everything's in the description. Just let us know. Do you guys would love to have a Hardline dedicated episode? Just let us know, because I don't think I'm trying to remember. Did we ever did Hardline review for the original Battlefield 1 podcast back from 2015? I want to know. I need to double check, because I don't remember. I really don't remember. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know. I need to check. But a retrospective video for Hardline, yeah, let me know, guys, if you guys interested in that, because I wouldn't mind going back to Hardline and just experience it again, just to see how it feels. 10 years later. So more than 10 years, actually, is it? Yeah, more than 10 years. So yeah, I can just let me know, guys, if you guys interested in that. Let's go back to reality for Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6. So there's a limited time event. What happened? I don't know if it's still happening right now. The RedBull thing. RedBull Supermoto. Now, I said on the last episode or before that I did not mind that, the idea behind it, because people would bitch. Oh, okay. So anyone that doesn't know, you basically you go on a bike, you spawn in a bike, and you race against each other on a bike, and it's basically like a gauntlet type of thing, right? You just go through rounds, the best players go through, and there's a final race, and you win the game, basically, right? So it's basically bike racing in Battlefield, right? And loads of people naturally were like against it. It's like, this is not Battlefield. Why are you wasting your resources on this stupid ass limited time on racing shit, bullshit, and all that kind of stuff? And when it comes to limited time modes, LTMs, all that kind of stuff, I'm gonna say this. This is not the worst one. This is actually the best one. So that's that. So that's a hot take for me. Like, this is the best LTM we had so far. Why? It's because it kind of makes sense for Battlefield. So Battlefield always been known as a sandbox type of game. So, and Portal is there basically to accommodate that sandbox idea for the game, for the franchise itself, because Battlefield franchise was always been a sandbox, and the existence of Portal kind of elevates the idea to new levels. Now, Portal has loads of problems, like 30 Hz servers, or the netcode, or whatever the case may be, right? There's loads of problems that just need to be fixed with Portal. But the tools we have right now, I could never imagine having those kind of tools 10 years ago. We were playing Battlefield 4 religiously, and someone told me, like, oh yeah, you can edit the maps, and you do whatever, make modes and different stuff, just basically unlimited creativity that you can make in Battlefield. It's like, I would cream myself back then, like 10 years ago, like me, a 20-year-old lad that's just out of college, like, yeah, I would cream myself just hearing that. And 10 years later, we're here. We have these kind of tools that you can make anything you want in Battlefield 6, or just in Battlefield in general, starting with Battlefield 2042. Like, Battlefield 2042 was the starting point, and Battlefield 6 just took it to a new level, where you can actually edit the map, remake maps, and all that kind of stuff. Now, it's not perfect. There's loads of things that need to be improved, but just the fact that we can do it is amazing. Just amazing. So when it comes to this RedBull Supermoto thing, Red Bull, of course, paying it because they're the sponsor. They paying it like, hey, this is advertising basically for Red Bull, which is fine, whatever. They pay for it, so let's advertise the Red Bull on Battlefield, and that's fine. And when it comes to this LTM, I don't mind it just because it works in Battlefield 6. Just because it's just bikes. You're just racing against each other in bikes. How's that? Like, for example, there was a LTM. Was it on the season 1? I think it was season 1. What's it called? Sabotage? You had to defend. Basically attack versus defend, attack versus defense, and attackers had to destroy like boxes, objectives, or whatever the case may be, right? And defenders had to defend those boxes, and it's like the most boring as stupid, not intuitive game mode whatsoever. I think is the worst game mode they had so far in Battlefield 6. Then in it's still season 1. They added a 5-on-5 mode called Strike Point, which is basically search and destroy, but like a little bit with a twist, I guess. I can't remember. I think it's not search and destroy, but like capture the flag or something like that. It's like, oh, capture the middle flag when not everyone are dead. So like it's kind of search and destroy, but it's not. But it's the simplified version. There is a game mode called like that, but I just don't know what's it called. On a general other FPS games, because for example, Modern Warfare 2019, Call of Duty had basically gunfight, and it's basically if you don't kill each other in this time frame, there's a flag that a flag spawns in the middle. You have to capture it. If you capture the flag, you're gonna win the game, unless you're gonna get shot and die. So it's basically that, but just 5-on-5. So that was okay, nothing special, but it was much better than Sabotage was back in the original LTM season 1. And then there was the snow one, Frostbite, what it was called, I don't remember. That one was different, unique, but just it's not, there was nothing special about it. Just like it's kind of cool that you freeze and you're cold and everything, and they changed the map to make be snowy, all that kind of stuff. That's fine, that's great, that's fantastic. But the game mode itself was like, it was really undercooked. Like, it had potential in my eyes, but it was undercooked. And people, of course, so far 3 out of 3 people did not enjoy them because reasons. And then you had the gas one. I haven't played the gas one because I don't really care. And then this one, Supermoto, comes out with the bikes and everything. And let me tell you, it's fine. This one makes sense. This one makes sense for Battlefield because it kind of would imagine what would a normal soldier in deployment would do if they had a limited ways to entertain themselves while being deployed, right? Like, Battlefield is a war game, right? Battlefield is a wannabe war game. And what would soldiers do if they had a limited, if they could do anything they wanted for entertainment reasons while they're being deployed? And we have bikes. You want to race? I can see that happening, right? Like, it's probably not. Listen, for people that served in the military or whatever, like, it probably will come as like, no, you can't do that. Like, that's fine. That's not the point. The point is, does it make sense in this universe? It does. Like, even with the Red Bull shit, like, plastered everywhere and all that kind of stuff, but that's fine. Red Bull paid for it. Who cares? It's not the most outrageous game mode out there. I think it's fine. And the way the controls feel and the way the game works and everything, I think it's fun. I think the Supermoto thing for Battlefield 6 is actually fun. I think it's the best game mode so far when it comes to from all the different LTMs we had. I think it's the best one. It just makes sense for Battlefield to have something like that, especially, flex that Battlefield portal tools and everything. It just makes sense, right? Like, and people are bitching about like, oh, this is not Battlefield and so on. Listen, the thing with LTMs, and they mentioned the blog post in this blog post we're going to talk about, that hey, we're going to talk about LTMs. We heard the feedback and all that kind of stuff. Basically means they're changing some stuff for LTMs. They're not going away, but they're just changing stuff. But LTMs are needed in live service games because, listen, it's not there to squeeze the money out of like someone like, oh yeah, buy this Red Bull thing or whatever. Like, no, it's free. All there's a reason why all these modes and rewards are free is because it's not to make money. It's to engage people to check out Battlefield 6. It's to keep you around the game. There's a reason, like I said, Battlefield 6 is the most engaged, the best Battlefield game when it comes to retention. Battlefield 6 is that. Compared to other Battlefield games, Battlefield 6 probably has the best retention from all of them. Not even probably, like that's a fact, just a fact, right? And the existence of RedSec, and the adding LTMs, non-stop, all different type of LTMs. And the best thing about the LTMs, like I did mention this before, just because they made the LTM and it's gonna be removed, you still can do it in Portal. And then some people, for example, because they made the snow map, that means they have the tools now in Portal to make other maps into snow maps. Now, of course, it's not perfect. It still has to be, like when you change the textures on the map and everything into snow map, and you add some blizzards and everything, it does make look like a snow map, but it can be a bit perfected. It's not perfect. It's still, you can tell that it's just a different type of texture for the map, but it's just the fact that you can change the map into a snow map, that alone is just fantastic, right? So nothing goes to waste when it comes to these LTMs. It can be reused, and if people really enjoy, like people gonna have fun, And for example, operations are coming for this upcoming update, basically breakthrough with storytelling, and they say it's a limited time mode. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be limited time mode, just because a lot of people are gonna play it and enjoy it. It's gonna become a permanent thing. And if you ask me, they should replace breakthrough in general, because breakthrough is a fucking the brain dead mode in my eyes. But people love breakthrough for some reason, because it's just the most brain dead, easiest mode out there. But yeah, it's like LTMs are needed just because it keeps the players engaged. Like, oh, I haven't played Battlefield for a while. What was it? So, wow, a Battlefield bike racing mode? What the fuck is that? It's so weird. But I'm gonna check it out because I want to see how dumb this is. And then they play like, oh, it's not too bad. Or, oh, this is shit, but doesn't matter. You came back online and played this. That's the point. And that's what they're trying to do here. They played the fucking mode. And because they played the mode, that's a retention number on the game. That's the thing. That's why. It's there to entertain the people that go bored of the same thing that is Battlefield multiplayer. The LTMs are not going anywhere because they are a good way to bring some people back. Or bring some new people into the, Battlefield franchise. Because not everyone enjoys Battlefield multiplayer. Oh, sorry. Not everyone enjoys Battlefield multiplayer, and that's for a reason. And not everyone can enjoy Battlefield, or not Battlefield. Not everyone can enjoy Call of Duty multiplayer, whatever the case may be, right? But hey, if you add a LTM, maybe we can, force you to explore other modes and just have a little bit of fun, maybe, and then maybe have it like, this is not too bad. That's kind of it, right? So when you play the game, right, you clearly don't like, and then you play LLTM, some sort of weird, wacky mode, and then you have to maybe I'll try play the Call of Duty multiplayer, or whatever the case may be, or Fortnite, whatever. Maybe I'll play, and then you realize, maybe I was hating it too much, and maybe it's not that bad. So many stories like that. And so on. Now, of course, LTMs have to make sense for the game to make sense, like for the franchise, for the universe they have right now. Like, so 5-on-5, just like I think it's a bit. Sure, it's good to have it, and I do want a proper comparative 5-on-5 mode for Battlefield, but that's a different story for another day. So that's another episode entirely. Speaking of, where's Elite Series? But another story for another day. But yeah, if it makes sense, fine. What's wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with that, But yeah, just because it's a racing mode with bikes, and that's apparently not Battlefield. Well, Battlefield's always been a sandbox game, I'm pretty sure if you go back to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1, whatever, and you can find some really niche, very weird videos of just people doing something in the game that just makes no sense. Or I'm pretty sure there's oh, let's race across here and so on. There must be something. There's always been something, because there's always been people that come up with some stupid stuff just for entertainment reasons. So this is basically it. But now, because we have Portal, it basically makes everything so much better, because everything just elevates to new levels, like custom maps and custom modes, custom logic, all that kind of that's amazing. you know, just need to fix the servers to be 60 hertz and improve the netcode and full progression. We're done. We're okay. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. You know. So yeah, long story short, I don't mind the RedBull Supermoto thing. I think it was fun. I think it made sense. I think it was fun, and it was well designed. Tracks were nice. The controls feel nice, you know, of the bikes, because we never had really good bike physics and controls in every Battlefield game. Every Battlefield game had horrible bike physics and controls in general. But Battlefield 6 have pretty good controls when it comes to bikes. I'm surprised. Like, I'm actually surprised. Yeah, I'm really surprised. But yeah, let's talk about the blog post right now. So let me take a quick sip. Okay. I'm not even gonna do an ad for Patreon because I barely have any time, so I'm just gonna casually just say, hey guys, if you enjoy the show, if you enjoy me rambling, and you enjoy my friends rambling about something, go subscribe to Patreon. Please support me. Please, your support means a lot. Battlefield. I keep doing that. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support means a lot to us. Just thank you so much for all the money and support and everything. $2 or $5 a month, and you get all the extra content, all early access, extra episodes to listen to. Like I said, 60+ episodes. Like, that's over 70 hours of just pure listening experience. Like, if you're done with like I said earlier this episode, and you listen to all the public episodes, well, why not listen to the extra episodes on Patreon? You know, there's extra videos and everything. So yeah, just gonna keep it short. Just guys, just support us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. Go check it out, see all the stuff we have, and your support means a lot. Helps to pay the bills, you know. It does help to pay the bills. And Ray is gonna be back soon. Speaking of, Ray is gonna be on Patreon soon. I'll force him to have him on Patreon because he finally moved states. So I don't have to host by myself soon. But hey, if you guys enjoy my ramblings, enjoy everything I have to say, please support us on Patreon. Please, thank you so much. Okay, so moving on for the last 10-15 minutes. Let's see how long I'm gonna be talking about this. So, Battlefield community update. Battlefield 6 community update. Nightfall debrief and what's next. I'm not gonna read all of it just because it's just kind of pointless. Basically, the first 4 paragraphs are just saying, oh yeah, basically like recap of what happened with this last Nightfall update. So like, yeah, we added Hagental base, people love it. Night mode, mixed feelings, and what's happening for the phase 3 of season 2, which is basically called Hunter/Prey. And there was a recap, so that's not the point. So for the next season, it's not season, the last stage of season 2, it's called Hunter/Prey. Hunter/Prey goes live on April 14th, like I said, next week. April 14th, and marks the final phase of Season 2. This update introduces more progression improvements, refines squad communication systems, and makes targeted adjustments to Battle Royale pacing and resource flow. It also restores VL7 Smoke to Gauntlet as a permanent mission modifier. And that's all we have about the next stage. So, lots of people lost their shit, because this is nothing, basically. You're absolutely adding nothing, you're not changing anything, and you're still talking about progression 5-6 months later. How's this any meaningful? How's this helpful whatsoever? In a sense, I kind of get, okay, this is just a debrief of Nightfall, so I understand why they're not giving the full updates or the full preview of the next stage of this season. I kind of get that. We'll get that later this week, but it's kind of, in a sense, disappointing that nothing else is coming. But also the progression thing, I still can't, like, I have to agree with everyone else. Why we're still talking about progression 5-6 months later? You should have fixed this 3 months as bare minimum. You know, 3 months ago you should have fixed that. But hey, hey, I'm glad we're getting some updates to make the progression much better, because progression's been the biggest problem with Battlefield 6. I think the reason why people lost interest in Battlefield 6 in general is because they realized, like, oh, this will take ages to level up this particular weapon, and I don't feel like grinding for hours and hours and hours just to unlock all the attachments for the gun. And I fully understand that. Why is it so difficult? Why do I need about almost 1,000 kills with a weapon to unlock it and to reach level 50 or level 40? I can't remember. I think it's level 50, to get the badge. It's like it's kind of like annoying, and that's one of the biggest problems for me was with Battlefield 6 in general. Like, I can't be asked to launch the game and just play to level up a weapon. I already level up the weapons I want to play with, and that's it. I don't need anything else. If I don't really care about the weapon, I'm not gonna do it. But if the progression, I'm sorry if you hear construction stuff in the background, just someone's cutting something with machine, like a sure on a Easter. That's the thing. Whatever. So yeah, the progression thing has always been the bitch. Like, I don't want to switch to a different weapon because I know the progression is gonna be taking so long. Now they improved it a little bit with the last update, for the last 2 updates. It's a bit faster. I remember when Nightfall thing came out, the update was faster, but it was still not fast enough in my opinion. But at least it was not annoying. At least it kind of made me like, you know what? Yeah, I can play for a little bit and level up some levels. So that's that. What is saying? Again, I'm sorry if you hear the construction stuff happening in the background. It's annoying me like hell. But hey, we have to keep going. So in the progression updates, they say progression has been one of the most consistent areas of feedback since launch. Yeah, no shit. Since the start of Season 2, we further streamlined challenges, accelerate Battle Pass progression, which they did, which is actually nice. Add more XP boost, whatever, I don't care. Mastery, reduce mastery XP requirements, whatever. Introduce the new XP curve, okay, yeah, okay. With Hunt and Prey, we're continuing that work with additional updates across weapons, vehicles, career ranks, and RedSec progression. The RedSec progression, that's the most important. Vehicle and weapon progression. You will earn mastery XP by using weapons and vehicles along with eliminations. So that's great. I don't know why they never had that. So just you having the weapon and capturing an objective should give you XP for that weapon. I don't know why that was never a thing, but they finally did as a thing. So XP always counted only for eliminations. Like, if you kill someone with a gun, it gives you XP for the gun. If you captured like 20 flags in a match and you have 0 kills, you will get 0 level on that weapon, which I don't think it makes any fucking sense, and I don't think it's any fun. Like, I can't understand what they were going for, what originally for, just like, oh, this is a weapon, and this is a career level, and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of get what they were going for, but at the same time, it's not fun. That's the thing. You should do something that is fun. So that's that. Okay, the career progression, who cares? I'm not gonna talk about this one. RedSec progression. RedSec modes will reward time spent in matches more heavily instead of focusing primarily on final placements. Love that. Career XP earned in RedSec will be better aligned with multiplayer progression pacing. So this is what, like, me and Monkey were literally talking about when we were playing RedSec. We were literally talking about the patch notes, and this was thinking, well, alright, do they mean... Because in RedSec, if you play really well, you get loads of XP. We're talking like 200k XP like per match. That's if you win and everything. Like, you get loads of XP. So both of us were thinking, align with the multiplayer progression better. So do they mean they're gonna reduce the XP you get from winning the game? Because both of us, like, to us, because we play RedSec a lot, we know all the details about the game. It was like, do they mean they're reducing this? Is that what they're trying to say? But apparently it's not. The patch notes say like it's a buff, but both of us and Monkey thinking, I think they mean it's a nerf, because the multiplayer is slower progression when it comes to RedSec. I'm assuming you play good in RedSec, but RedSec, of course, will now reward time spent in the game instead of final placement, which determines how much XP you got. So me and Monkey are just like, 30 wins something later, we're like rolling, rolling XP, like. So we'll see. Well, that's what we were a little bit confused. Do they mean, is this a nerf or a buff? Because it sounds like a nerf, but at the same time it's not. But anyway, we'll see. So in Battle Royale, kills and damage assists will provide 50% more higher scores, resulting in more weapon XP per match, which is great. Fantastic. I have no problem with that. Perfect. Ping system improvements. With Hunter Prey, we're addressing the several issues that affected spotting and ping reliability across Battle Royale and multiplayer. Long-range spotting for vehicles and drones should work more consistently. The enemy soldiers will be prioritized more reliably over nearby interactable objects, which has always been a fucking problem. You try to mark a player miles away, like, I don't know, like 100, 200 meters away, or whatever the case may be, but there's either like the revive station, or something else, a tank, or something, right? Or some HUD element, right? And he always marks the HUD element and not what you're pointing at the player. And it's like the most annoying thing ever. So if they can fix this with this new update, fantastic. Freaking fantastic. I hope that's the case. Okay, with Battlefield specific, we're improving how certain items respond. Okay, I don't care. With these updates, are focused on restoring confidence in squad communication, ensuring that when you ping something, it behaves the way you expect. Well, one can hope. And okay, whatever, that's not important. Alright, RedSec changes. So, this is where the Battlefield servers lost their shit because, oh, it's only RedSec, it's nothing about multiplayer, it's only RedSec. We're improving early and mid-game flow based on feedback, with the intention to reduce downtime, improving pacing, and encourage more dynamic and balanced gameplay. Ammo drops will contain increased ammunition quantities and include armor plates, MRAPs, which is the vehicle, and saves will also provide additional armor plates in place of grenades. Great. You're still not telling me if I could actually get my AT, anti-tank weaponry early, because if I can start a fucking tank mission 30 seconds into the game, it's kind of stupid that none of us can get anti-tank weaponry unless one of us is engineer. So I know they don't mention this here in this debrief because it's just a debrief. It's just a quick glance what's coming. But I hope. Oh, speaking of, I forgot to mention this. I literally forgot to mention. RedSec with this we had with this last update that happened on Tuesday last week. It was a small update. It's like I remember I was talking on the podcast like literally. One scroll with the mouse, just with the wheel, and that's it. You read all the patch notes. Patch notes was just there was nothing in those patch notes. And I will literally say in the last episode, can we have that? Can we have our audio back that we had before the Nightfall thing? And look at that, we actually got the same. We got the audio back. This last update brought the same audio that we had before Nightfall update. Now, don't get me wrong. The audio is fucking shit. Like it's still shit. It still has lots of problems. But at least I can hear footsteps now. At least I know what the players are coming from. It gets muddy in close proximity because like you could not tell where the footsteps are coming from because it just gets muddled. But at least we have footsteps now. I can hear players, are behind the wall and everything. Which were like, oh my god, I can hear the fucking footsteps. Since the Nightfall update, I think I said like 2 episodes ago, I had to install the stupid Dolby Atmos thing to get more levels for my footsteps because the footsteps were basically non-existent. Just the fact that I had to install a third-party program on my computer, on my fucking PC, just to get some fucking footsteps because we had footsteps in the game and now we don't, and pissed me off and I was really angry about that. This last update, it brought the footsteps back as they were back in Nightfall. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, thank fuck. I did mention like, hey, can we have some footsteps back? That would be great. And they brought the same audio set, like they finally, fixed, I don't know. They brought the same audio that we have now, like I can actually hear footsteps. It's not perfect, I still don't hear sometimes, footsteps get muddled, the whole audio design gets really fucked up when you're next to the fire and everything, just like you can't hear anything. But just the fact that we can actually hear footsteps now, I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is the best game ever now. Battlefield saved, right? RedSec is saved. We're back, baby. So just the fact we can have footsteps now, like, oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm glad they did. I'm glad. I know developers listen to this podcast, but the patch was already approved and so on, so I had no impact on this. But it's like, oh my god, thank you so much that you have you brought the fucking footsteps back. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Anyway, okay, moving on. Chest opening animations are being sped up slightly to help maintain looting momentum. That's great, that's fine. They talked about. We also introduced a new armor drop strike package when deployed. Provides 12 armor plate pickups, each granting 2 plates, a total of 24. I don't know if they mean this is like a West type of thing for like Call of Duty Warzone has. Like you're allowed to have 5 maximum plates on you, and if you pick up a West, you can carry 8 or 11. I can't remember. I think it's 3 extra. So you basically have 8. Is this the same thing? That's what they talked about. Because the way I don't really understand what they mean. So I'm guessing you can. I don't know if they talk about the numbers of the plates you can pick up, because like, listen, if I have already 6 plates with me, more plates don't mean anything to me. But if I can carry more plates just because I picked up this vest or whatever this thing is, and I have more plates, I'm like, okay. That's the thing with, for example, that's the problem with RedSec for me. It's that the rewards, like for doing missions, unless it's a custom or a tank, I don't care to do the missions. And especially the missions are so not engaging. But if the rewards were more engaging for me to do, like if the reward was worth it, like let's say, can I do a mission, this stupid drone mission that takes fucking 3 minutes, 2 minutes to do because the drone takes 40 seconds to arrive? I'm like, what the fuck? I will deal with that if another reward is, let's say, some sort of vest that lets me carry more plates. That would be great. Can we have that? That would be a great reward. Or maybe have something that gives me, like, I don't know, more RPG shots or something. Or the reward itself is anti-tank weaponry, for fuck's sake. Simple stuff like, can we have better rewards for doing missions? Because right now it's just 4 rewards basically. A tank, a custom, UAV, and 5, maybe the weapons. Airstrike, whatever, and weapons. Yeah, 5. Can we have more variety rewards that make fucking sense? Because it just helps us, like, and instead of doing 3 missions, like, let me choose from 3 missions, let me choose from 5, and let me choose the rewards I want, right? Oh, you can get the vest to carry more plates. Can we have that? Like, we need better rewards, because the missions right now are so underwhelming. It's just like, I don't care unless it's a custom or a tank. So, can we have that? So, I hope that's what they mean in this preview, debrief, whatever. I hope that's what they mean, but I don't think that's what they mean. But give me more unique rewards. Okay, like I said, chest opening animation sped up. That's cool. They bring in the stupid traverser mark, the stupid truck back, but without the armored transport, which is great, but without the machine gun on top. Fine by me. That's actually perfect. That's all we need, honestly. That's all we need. Just give me a vehicle that is very tanky, but it doesn't have any weapons on it. It's just literally just a vehicle for defensive or maneuvers. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm glad they bring that back. They fixed it. Okay, cool. The sledgehammer damage, they're increasing how much you can destroy walls with it, and so like, okay, whatever. Gauntlet. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about Gauntlet. They gave loads of numbers. Okay, you know what? They talk about the Gauntlet here. It's like they talk about the Nightfall and mode and everything. Okay. But the last paragraph that gets to me. During Season 1, you joined over 190 million Gauntlet matches along the way. You confirmed over 9.2 million Vendetta kills, donated more than 13.8 million wreckage bombs. Detonated, not donated. Completed over 23 million decrypted calibrations and stole more than 2.25 million heist cases. Whether you're dropping in Gauntlet for the first time or already know your way through the challenges, we cannot wait for you to We cannot wait to see you keep pushing your skills even further. So they talk about Gauntlet. So if Gauntlet's getting these kind of numbers, I want to know what's for Battle Royale. Listen, DICE, just the DICE or Battlefield Studios. Can you just drop the player numbers? Just separate Battle Royale, RedSec and multiplayer? I want to see if RedSec has more players than multiplayer. I can assure you, I am pretty certain that RedSec has more players, the Gauntlet and the Battle Royale package has more players than multiplayer Battlefield 6. I'm pretty certain. I would love to see. I would love Battlefield Studios to drop that now. It's like, okay, these are the Battlefield numbers for multiplayer, and these are the RedSec numbers. And RedSec has more numbers. Oh my god, I can imagine the Battlefield star Brad just getting angry about this. Like, oh, it's a free-to-play mode. Of course it has more players. No, maybe because it's more fucking fun. But anyway, it's just like, whatever. Alright, going back on the Battle Royale thing. They talk about solos. Alright, right, so about the solos thing. So over the weekend, March 6th through 9th, we run a limited time Battle Royale solos test within the Battlefield Labs in the live game. So I did play solos. We talked about solos. I think episode 75 of Battlefield 1 podcast, where me and Ray were talking about solos. And I was surprised about certain stuff about the solos and everything. And as they say here, solos has been one of the most requested ways to play Battle Royale, and this test made it clear that many of you still see it as your preferred way to jump into the match, especially when friends are not online. We also saw strong feedback that this mode helped players learn at their own pace without the ups and downs of being teamed up with randoms. No fucking shit. During the test, we also were able to collect, okay, don't care about that. They talked about the balance things and everything. Yeah, like, okay, recon is too strong. Vehicles had mixed feedback, and yeah, that's fine. We also saw how solos naturally change how players approach engagements and movements through the match. Yeah, that's true. Because I do think the matches were really more hectic than they were, the normal ones, because more chaotic than squads. Because everyone just fighting for themselves and just like you get shot from every different corner. Beyond these topics, we're also exploring how broader systems interact in solos mode. This includes reviewing how mission rewards and progression incentives influence player behavior, and how resource availability impacts decision making through different phases of the game. Okay, okay. So long story short, so solos are not coming until season 3 as bare minimum. So that's just a fact. But I'm just thinking, why can't you just have this fucking playtest? Like, put a big ass fucking tag that says Battle Royale Solos Alpha or Beta, whatever. Just say unfinished and keep it live. You can collect your data, you can collect your whatever. Why can't you just leave it up until it's like, and then you do the changes? Like, what we played, was it a bit buggy? Sure, a little bit buggy. Yeah, I get it, because I remember every time you went under the crate, it just went under the map and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a bit buggy, don't get me wrong. And the netcode was a bit, but just have it there. You already had it for 3-4 days. Why can't you have it for the next month? You know, just keep it there for the playtesting. Gather your data, do the changes, and just leave a big fucking tag on the solos page just saying this is an alpha, this is a beta, this is whatever, this is just testing purposes, but you can still play it and enjoy it, right? And then you can go back to normal duos or squads with your friends. Why can't you have this in the fucking game? Like, just keep it there. Keep it there. Solos are needed because it's like one of the most requested things ever, for obvious reasons, because when the friends are not online, so you kind of want to play, and when you play with randos, like I mentioned earlier in this episode, 3 random players could not do the fucking antenna mission because it's too complicated for them. I'm like, oh my fucking god, just keep it in the fucking game. Just leave it there, even if this has less players, or whatever the case may be, or it's unbalanced, or whatever the case may be. Who gives a fucking fuck? Just keep it there in its alpha beta stage. Just have a big ass fucking tag, say this is alpha, this is beta, this is broken as fuck, but you can play it, and we'll collect data and we'll make the changes we need for season 2 and remove that alpha beta tag. Why is it so difficult to do that? I don't understand. There's the same thing with NDA for Battlefield Labs, same fucking conversation. Why you even need this? Like, why? Just like, the vehicle changes are coming. Cool, why is it under fucking NDA on Battlefield Labs? Fuck knows, man. Like, it's just like, again, I talked about it. Like, I think episode 74, like, about where I said, like, the Battlefield Labs vision is flawed. So listen to that. But yeah, it's like, just keep it in the fucking game. Just keep the solos in the game. Okay, and last bit, and they mentioned in the blog post, actually, let me have a quick sip. Okay. The last bit is about Portal. They say there's a new update coming to Portal. They're introducing a new gadget called Portal Gadget for Battlefield 6 and RedSec custom mech experiences. So basically, Portal. Portal Gadget is a versatile, equipable tool built for creators designing custom Portal experiences. It gives you the power to trigger tailored gameplay logic at precise moments and locations, putting far more control in your hands and transforming how players interact with your world. Until now, there hasn't been an intuitive way for players to activate custom logic whatever they choose. There's no true portal button, and most inputs are already tied to core gameplay or limit specific context. Limited specific. Blah, blah, blah. This has led creators to round fixed interact points, force players into specific locations, or use clunky workarounds like crouch to confirm, a solution that has been all too common in 2042. Okay, so basically it's just they talk about the Portal gadget and everything. Again, we need to do a separate episode about Portal because there's loads of things to go through and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I should invite some people that actually work on Portal and talk about their experiences. I kind of want to talk about that kind of stuff because it's kind of cool. So anyway, Portal thing. It has a new gadget. It's a really cool tool and all that kind of stuff. Great. And then the community highlights like, hey, here's all the best Portal modes we found in the last week or two. So go play them. There's a thing called Pal Golf. Okay, trade the battlefield for the fairway in Battle Golf, a playful Portal experience where up to 4 players can grab their clubs, line up their shots, and take on the course in completely different kind of competition. See, this is cool shit, right? Just play some Battle Golf, right, in Portal. That's cool shit. That's what limited time modes should be. It's just make it some goofy ass fucking bullshit. Who cares what Battlefield community thinks? Like, oh, this is not Battlefield. Fuck off, man. Just make custom experiences like that. Just make them 60 hertz. Make the game feel smooth and good, same as multiplayer, and just make it fun. Who gives a fuck? This is just literally for fun, For example, winter fun. Like I said, the winter maps, right? Someone just redid certain maps in snow, change the text to be snow maps and everything. It's that's cool, But Battle Golf thing, just wow, it's just so dumb. Fort Linden Conquest, of course, and everything. Anyway, it's just cool stuff. And keep the feedback coming. Blah 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 blah. We're listening. Please join Discord. All that kind of stuff. Cool. Anyway, so that was the blog post, and like I said, loads of people lost their shit in the Battlefield multiplayer subreddits. Well, fuck RedSec, fuck blah 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 blah. And I'm bruh, without RedSec, this game would be fucking dead. Unironically, listen, that's my personal opinion because I'm the type of player. But if RedSec did not exist, the Battle Royale section of the Battlefield 6 did not exist, I'm pretty sure I would be done with Battlefield 6 by now. Honestly, I would be done with Battlefield 6. Because Battlefield 6, like I said, is the safest Battlefield game to date. It's a good Battlefield game, but it's the safest thing ever. It's nothing interesting about it. I don't like the lore. Listen, Monkey, for example, that plays the RedSec with me. He's on our Discord. He's a lore guy. He's like me. That was 10 years ago. I really used to care about lore, and I still do care about lore in a sense, even though I say that I will never talk about lore ever again. But for example, Battlefield 6 lore, I would love to be interested in the Monkey Kid. He has a whole fucking PowerPoint presentation about the Battlefield 6 lore and the Battlefield franchise lore and everything, right? He has a whole PowerPoint presentation right there. My dude worked hard for that. And that would be me 10 years ago. But because I don't enjoy Battlefield 6 lore this much, I don't like the Pax Armada. I like the idea of Pax Armada, but I hate the execution of Pax Armada. I hate the single player missions and everything. Yeah, if RedSec didn't exist, at least the lore maybe will keep me somewhat interested in the game or something. But realistically, if RedSec did not exist, I will be back on Call of Duty Warzone, and literally I'm gonna slowly come back because they're finally adding the new map Avalon and Verdansk into rotation, so you can play big map Battle Royale in rotation. Oh my fucking god, you finally found the technology 6 years later. You found the technology. Hallelujah. So I'm gonna come back, and then Division, of course. But yeah, it's if Battlefield 6 did not have the RedSec, I would be so done. I don't think I would be hosting. Well, no, okay. I will probably be hosting the Battlefield 1 podcast, but I'm just like, probably will be every 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, because I don't know what else we'll be able to talk about, because it's nothing else to talk about. And speaking of, as I might as well end the podcast in a moment, there's this content creator that I really like, Exclusive Ace. And he is a Call of Duty guy. Like, he's been a Call of Duty guy, Call of Duty multiplayer guy to be more precise. He's been a Call of Duty multiplayer guy for like years. And Battlefield 6, he changed his channel to do more Battlefield 6 because he really enjoyed Battlefield 6 and he just continues Battlefield 6. And he literally just said, like, listen, Battlefield 6 is still good, I still have content to make, but I'm gonna go back to making Call of Duty videos on this main channel when Modern Warfare 4 is gonna be being promoted and advertised and so on, announced. So Battlefield 6 is still gonna be in the same level, but it's gonna be in the same channel now, so he's coming back. So that's the thing, like, lots of content creators, when they jump ship from COD or whatever other game to Battlefield 6, they were expecting to be like on the same level as Call of Duty when it comes to live service, but it's not. But like, I think I mentioned last episode, I was talking like Call of Duty can throw money at this game because they know the next game is gonna sell. You know, they're burning money with Black Ops 7 and Warzone right now. Because Black Ops 7 it's not doing well. It's really not doing well. But they're throwing money just to provide the content and everything, just to keep the players around so they can, you know, it's not damage control, more like just making sure that we don't do anything worse. So just do everything we can just to keep the same player base at least active in some sense until the next game. Because the next game is gonna fucking blow up and everyone's gonna play Modern Warfare 4. I'm even excited for Modern Warfare 4. I hope it's not gonna be like Modern Warfare 2, because god damn, if it's like Modern Warfare 2, I'm gonna kill myself. But if it's like anything like Modern Warfare 3, please, thank you, that would be great. That would be great, because Modern Warfare 3 is a fantastic Call of Duty. So if it's anything like that, please. Aesthetic of Modern Warfare 2019 with the gameplay of Modern Warfare 3, now we're talking. But anyway, what I was saying is that loads of content creators, all the kind of stuff, just like, yeah, there's nothing happening in Battlefield 6. So yeah, if RedSec didn't exist, I'm like, I don't think I will fucking care about Battlefield that much. I don't think I will be hosting a weekly episode about Battlefield, because like, what the fuck I will be talking about? Sure, maybe it will be like, oh, the speculation about, well, okay, assuming Battlefield 6 never did a Battle Royale, would I even care? Not really. Like, what the fuck you would be doing for like I don't know, man. I don't know. I would be so fucking bored. RedSec at least keeps me somewhat entertained, because at least there's a purpose, there's an end goal, some sort of, you know. I will not go to Arc Raiders because I don't like extraction shooters. And also, what's the end game in the extraction shooters? Get more loot. Like, cool, whatever. At least in Battle Royale, there's an end goal. You get better, you win games and all that kind of stuff. You know, there's like purpose, you know. But yeah, like it's just funny that I like that guy. Just like the fact, like, yeah, Battlefield's not doing well. Yeah, there's plenty of things I can talk about still stuff to cover, but still doing numbers. But like, kind of need to plan for the future, because I don't know what they're gonna do in a year. That's the thing. We don't know what's gonna be the situation with Battlefield 6 in a year. Also, we don't know if the next game is coming out next year. That's the thing. We don't know if Battlefield 7 or whatever the next game is called is coming out next year. What's the plan? Because are we getting another game next year? Or there's another game on 2028? When's the new game coming out? That's the thing. We don't know. So loads of things to speculate. But yeah, I'm gonna end the podcast here because I do need to go. So, very casual episode today, just because like I said, I just have like a couple of sentences on my notes and that's it. I just sat down. It's Easter. I need to go do real life stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for enjoying my ramblings about Battlefield. And we'll see how this new update will be. Was it? Yeah, next week. Next week, we're going to talk about Phase 3 of Season 2. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if there's any meaningful updates. Just because they haven't mentioned the brief, it doesn't mean that they're not coming. Some important changes are not coming, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening to me yap about Battlefield. Please join our Patreon, even as a free member. You know, please join. from Battlefield. Again, I keep doing that. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Get your extra content, get your early access, get everything your heart desires. Just support us. $2, $5, every little helps. Help us out. It does pay the bills. It does help us pay the bills. So thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you so much. Please join our Patreon. Please join our Discord. That's what we talk about, like active, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, talk to us. Just have fun. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys on the next episode. And I will go enjoy my Easter. So thank you guys so much. Have a good one.